Are beef short ribs one of your favorite cuts? Well, today we'll walk through a recipe on how to properly sous vide them. So your favorite cut's beef short rib, which is normally slow cooked. Well, I'll show you how to sous vide them so they don't come above medium rare. It takes a little bit longer, but you'll experience a flavor and texture that you would never get out of a traditionally cooked beef short rib. So we're gonna start with seasoning these. I'm gonna go in with a good amount of salt and pepper. All right, get a little bit of oil in the pan. Don't need much because these are gonna release a little bit of fat as they sear. And I'll always wanna put it fat side down, whatever side has the most fat, because you wanna render some of that out. So the reason I'm searing these first is to really get that crust developed, not because for texture, more because you're getting that flavor that you get out of a seared piece of beef, and then when you vacuum seal that and then cook it, it's gonna really pull that flavor into the meat even more. So I'm gonna be adding some shallot and thyme. So my shallot here, I'm just gonna kinda peel and roughly slice it. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just chop. All right, so I've got a nice brown on all sides on these short ribs. And I also turned down the heat to more of a medium low. So I'll start pulling these out, and then I'll saute my shallots and add some more aromatics. So I've allowed these just to get a little bit of a brown on them. Let that cook just for a minute. Now I'm gonna add half a cup of wine. And I'm gonna save this other half a cup for the end of the cooking method. So I'm gonna reduce this down to such a thick glaze that it's just barely even there, but that's also concentrating the flavor into these shallots and thyme. I want very little liquid left. I'm also scraping up the fond from those short ribs searing. All right, and then this I will pour right over top of the short ribs. And as you can see, there's, like I said, there's like almost no liquid left. So now this, I will let cool. It needs to cool to pretty much your refrigerator temperature. Take about an hour to cool back down because you do not want to put these in hot. They won't vacuum seal properly. So now I'm going to go into the vacuum bag with everything that's in here. The thyme, the shallots, any little drippings that I might be able to scrape in. But at this point, you want to make sure that there's not a lot of that liquid. The reason I reduced it so much was because too much liquid and this will not seal properly in that bag. And now to the vacuum sealer. And the key, again, is making sure that seal happens nicely. So I'll tuck it in. It's down well. Lock. Vac seal. So as I'm watching the seal, I can see some of those juices kind of being pulled out. So what I like to do in this case is definitely give it a double seal. I'll unlock it. Just move it down a little bit, lock it again, and just hit the seal button. Because usually when you see those juices pulling out, there's a little bit that sneak through and break that seal so it doesn't seal completely. So now I can see where this one didn't seal here, but my second seal is all the way through. So I know I'm good to go. So now I'll go right into my bath. You could use a stock pot, like a nice big heavy bottom stock pot. Those work great too. You just want something that can keep this fairly high temperature for many hours at a time. So I'm gonna go for 24 hours to 36 hours. So I've had these short ribs cooking for 36 hours. So I'm gonna pull them out and we're gonna start building the sauce. There's a lot of liquid that comes along with slow cooking short ribs like this. So there's a lot of flavor that's in this liquid that I don't want to lose. I'm going to strain this liquid right into a skillet because I'm going to use this to build a sauce. So it may be difficult to save red wine for 36 hours, but if you happen to maybe drank it or it's disappeared, you can just go out and buy some more. So now I'm going to put this over high heat. I'll add that other half cup of red wine. So what we're going to create here is a nice glaze for these short ribs. So I'll bring that to a simmer. All right, so now that this wine has reduced along with some of those beef juices, we're gonna get these short ribs right back into this pan. Now again, we're just trying to get a good glaze on them. Not worry too much about cooking them further. So I'm just gonna kind of spoon this wine reduction over these short ribs. And that's it. So I'll just pull these out of here. So here you can see the short rib has this beautiful pink center, but has really broken down, become extremely tender. And you just don't get this kind of flavor and texture out of a short rib in any other method. It's really interesting. It's really delicious. It's very rich, robust. I love doing this. Through the sous vide method, you create a flavor and a texture that you won't get through any other cooking techniques. It's a really easy and fun way to impress all your foodie friends. So if you like this video, remember to like, comment, share on social media, and check out our other videos from here in the test kitchen.